Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Two Girls Treasure. Welcome to Coffee and Create. How are you? I'm Diane Pruitt. We're here at Two Girls Treasure in Florence, South Carolina, and we are not live on Facebook this morning. We are live on YouTube. We are live on our website. The Facebook bots don't have any grace. It's okay. We're going to have a good time anyway. I'm going to roll through the Coffee and Create collection for you. I want you to know what this collection is all about and what it means to you every week. So there's my favorite Wooster 2-inch shortcut brush. There is our Rethunk Junk Farmhouse Navy on the workbench ready for use today. Farmhouse Navy in either size. We use the Resin Metals Classic Gold. Let's see if I can get this to roll up without being in front of it. It doesn't like me. Let's do this. I'm gonna bump the table down. I love tables on wheels. So our Classic Gold cotton, because you always need cotton. Our Miracle Brush, because that is one of the coolest accessory brushes in your toolkit. You need it. You need it in your life. Make sure you always have one. Let's see if this will roll. Won't roll. My goodness. The moon must be in a crazy phase. Thin mounts, because you always need a thin mount. Ruby red, because we're always using ruby red. We have used the La Campagna stamp set. We've used the Pretty in Plaid. Of course, we had to have our brayer. There's our train. Our pearls. And today I added our salt wash mixing cups and our salt wash. We have silver pewter. We use the countertop and backsplash kit and our soft white glaze. Right now, that's what's in the May Coffee and Create collection of products. I'm gonna ease back down in front of you. And what that means to you is that every month we offer you different products at an awesome price. Now, they're at an awesome price to begin with, but when we put them in the collection, we use that collection. I might add some products to it as we're going through the month because it's something I'm going to use to teach. And I hope when you watch these videos that you find something amazing and inspiring so that you can do something for yourself or for your friends and family too. And if you flip furniture, if you have a booth space, these tools are essential to you. You need everything to be cost effective. You need everything to be usable so that you can make some money. I'm gonna see if I can make this a little bit closer. I cannot right now, but that's okay. That's all right. We're going to use our salt wash today. There is a coupon code, and it's just simply texture. And today, when you make a purchase of $15 or more in salt wash products, you will get the small salt wash mixing cup free with purchase. Now, there are 4 ways you can buy salt wash. This is my favorite. This is the, glasses, please glasses. It's 1.19 kilograms. So if someone wants to do the measurement on that and translate it into a standard, go right ahead. But this is the big bucket of salt wash. It's my favorite because it's nothing but salt wash and a measuring cup, and I can get down to business. This is the smaller, medium-sized salt wash. It's a great size if you don't do a lot of textural products and you just want to have it on hand. That can last you for a long time. This is our mini. This is just a sample size. I think this is a 4-ounce sample size. This is, I want to try salt wash, but I'm not really sure, or I don't do a lot of projects at all. This is your sample size of salt wash right here. This is $12. This one doesn't have a price tag on it, but it doesn't retail for much. And this giant, this retails for $36. The other way you can buy salt wash is with the Faux Effects kit. Why is it called Faux Effects? Well, when you do salt wash, you're creating a fake effect. You might do sea glass. We've done that before, and it's not really sea glass. Come on, we all know that. But it's a fake or a faux effect. You've seen verdigris. I love the word. I probably say it wrong, but I just love the way it rolls off. Verdigris, the changing of metal outside, and not just any metal, but specifically copper, because it turns that bluish green color. And you might have another type of metal involved in your structure, and it might have rust on it. This is the Faux Effects kit, and it comes with salt wash, paintbrush, sanding block, the lookbook, which is very important because it has all the different looks that you can create using your salt wash. Instructions, and it's all tidied up in a nice little kit. When you buy any of these kits and spend $15 online or in store, from now through Saturday, you can get a free mixing cup. And that's not a great big deal, but boy, expenses are killing us these days. And we need to save a little money, but we know you do too. So if you buy the salt wash and the paint, buy the salt wash and a paintbrush, we'll give you the cup for free because you're gonna need this. We've been working with ruby red, cotton, and we're getting ready to start with farmhouse navy. Those are some of the colors of our Coffee and Create collection. I'm gonna turn the fans down just a little bit. It's warm in South Carolina today. We've had a beautiful spring. Here comes the summer temperatures. This lamp got knocked into another lamp. We had wind and this fell over, and it didn't break the lamp, it didn't break the other lamp, it didn't break this lamp, but it sure did take a chunk out of it right there. Can you see that? Is it ruined? Absolutely not. We can fix this, we can use this, and we can make it actually attractive again, because what looks like butternut and should be beautiful on this video is actually kind of a, well, how do you describe this? A green-based taupe. It does not match anything. It does not match anything. So we're not going to use this. And for just a quick minute, I'm going to turn my fans completely off. I don't want salt wash powder blowing everywhere. So I love the idea of the pebbling effect with one color over the other, really heavy. You know, texture junkie, right here. Addicted to it? Absolutely. But what I want to show you is how you can do a kinder, gentler, softer textured finish and not have to do so much sanding. Now let me put my other camera where you can see the work, and there we go. On the table, presto magico. The object of salt wash is that you layer color over color, and that way you can create a base, put the color over, sand it back, and you get that pebbly color over color look, textury even. Well, that is fabulous, but it's not what I really, really want. I want a nice, soft, gentle texture. This is a dry matte finish on this lamp. And it's okay, doesn't bother me, but I don't love it either. I don't love it. I really, really want to use my Farmhouse Navy, and I think to create a beautiful finished effect over this lamp, I could either use ruby red. I have some left over in a container that I was going to use today, or I can use my cotton. And I really wish Facebook hadn't been ugly and you could talk with me and tell me all about what your color choices would be, because mine would be cotton and Farmhouse Navy. Now I know the Farmhouse Navy and the ruby would look amazing color over color, but I like this. Now the biggest question I have now is, which one do I put down first? Do I put down the cotton and put navy over the top of it, or navy first and cotton? I don't know. I wish you could chime in and let me know what you're thinking. But we are not on Facebook. So if you're missing out, let me hop over on Facebook and I'll just tell everybody, come to our website, click the live shopping tab to watch Coffee and Create. www.twogirlstreasure.com. Because you know what? There we go. Immediately posted. The only way you can actually shop our collection is on our website. So it only makes sense that that's where you watch. I'm gonna go ahead and crack this salt wash open, and I feel like I'm gonna put down a gentle coat of cotton first. I really think I want my Farmhouse Navy over the top of this. Of course, by the time I get done putting this on, I might actually want ruby red over it, because everything we've been doing has been red and white. And I love that combination. I'm gonna use my mixing spoon, and here's what I'm gonna do. I don't want heavy texture today. I know that sounds crazy, doesn't it? No heavy texture. So I'm gonna mix this up. And if it's too thick, I'm gonna add more paint or a little bit of water. I have my spray bottle. This has almost the consistency of plaster. Oh, it's nice. I'm gonna click you over to a singular view so you can see this whole process. Stirring it up. Making sure it's thick, but not too heavy. We can always adjust as we go. Here we go. I'm gonna put the lid back on my salt wash because I don't want this to blow around. And I'm gonna move my colors out of the way so that I can get you right in here and show you how this works. I use these chip brushes. They are not the best brushes. They are chip brushes. And every tool has a purpose. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this light on, which is crazy because usually the sun is blinding us by this time, right? There we go. And a little bit more fan so we can get it dry. But a chip brush is very inexpensive. It's not something you're going to ruin if you forget to wash it out. It'll be just fine. Our salt wash is mixed up in cotton. It's nice and thick, just like the Dairy Queen effect. And I'm gonna scoop the paint off the spoon and put the spoon in the water. I can wash that off and use the spoon again. Instantly, this lamp looks better. I'm gonna go ahead and brush it down. I wanna get it on here quickly. I have the fans on because I want this to dry well. And I'm only gonna do half the lamp this morning. I should do the whole thing. I'm sure my Lazy Susan is within reach. I should do that. I should grab the Lazy Susan. It did not occur to me. I had to move furniture before we started because we have finished up some projects. I have some more on the table that will be going out soon. I know I will have some happy customers. Today, let's just do the side. Now, after I get the salt wash on, I'm just gonna tamp it a little bit. I do want some texture, so I need to raise those peaks up. And as I raise those peaks up, it gives me the finish that I want. Now, the problem with these chip brushes is that they shed. So as you're going, if you see the little chip brush fibers, try to get them out because it does not look the same as your salt wash. Not the same texture. Let's get that out of the way too. And I'm gonna stand the lamp up. We're gonna do this top side right here. Here we go. I'm just gonna brush on a nice light finish. I'm gonna get the fibers out. These paint brushes are great for salt wash. These paint brushes are notorious for shedding. Normally, I would use older ones that had already shed. This morning, I thought it'd be a great idea to grab a fresh one. Now, I'm not gonna paint this. I painted the base, but I'm gonna leave this alone and I will use silver metallic or pewter on the top. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna turn this fan back on because we want this to dry. And I'm just gonna tamp. I'm gonna take my brush and squish it in and create a little bit of what looks like peaks of lemon meringue. All over the surface where I put the salt wash. Now it takes a little bit longer for salt wash to dry. Salt wash does not dry instantly. It is a texturizer and it thickens the paint and it makes the paint, let's see, did I turn it up or down? There we go. It makes the paint a little bit thicker, and thicker paint takes longer to dry. So if you're in a hurry, salt wash is not something you are going to get along with. You got to have a little bit of patience with it. I have a hard time with patience. I just don't have a hard time with salt wash because the end of the salt wash always creates an amazing finish, and I'm fascinated by it. I'm gonna go ahead while the fans are drying the first side, and I'll go ahead and brush this second side. I know this is round, so it's not, doesn't have sides, does it? But the back side that I didn't do, the other half that I didn't do, I'm gonna do now. That way, the whole thing will be done in salt wash, and we can get to getting a little bit quicker. When you put a thick coat on, you really can't do a tutorial because it'll never dry in time. It just won't. When you do a little bit thinner coat, you're not going to get the same effect as if you do a thin coat, a thin brushing, but it'll still dry quicker and you'll get the texturizing effect. It just won't be as strong. And I love a good, strong, chippy, weathered finish, but it doesn't always have to be heavy-handed. Now, I tend to be heavy-handed with my salt wash. There we go. And those fans are going to be our friend today because they're going to help dry this salt wash quickly so that I can bring you to the next steps. Now, I know you can't see where I'm working right now. Let me tip you over. I'm on the back side of this lamp. And all I'm doing is brushing on the salt wash, pulling out the fibers from the brand new chip brush, and then tamping it so it has the same texture as the rest of the lamp. Just like this. Just a simple pop, 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 pop motion. And that way, there we go. That way you can see the texture coming through once you layer your second color over the top of this. Oh, let's see. Got the little brush stroke out of there. Got the little fiber out of there and put it right back in. There we go. We've got just a little bit more right here. I'm gonna brush this on, nice thin coat. This is not usual for me. Just a little tink-a-tink. Gotta fill that in right there. Brush that down. There we go. Let's get those fibers out of there. There we go. And let's get a little bit down here around that switch, but I'm not going to do the switch. I don't want to get too close to it because I'm not trying to do the switch. I'll resurface that switch in the same metallic that I do the fixture on the top. A little tink-a-tink. And we are done. That was easy, just like that. Now, I'm gonna put my brush in my water. I have a lot of salt wash product left over. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna put some press and seal over the top of this. That'll keep it good because we've got a project for tomorrow that we'll use that for. We're gonna let this dry quickly. Always use the back of your hand to test for dryness. Don't use the front of your hand. Let's let this dry. Let's get this good and dry quickly. I'm going to put it right in the fans because these fans will do the job. You know, if you wanted an extraordinarily elegant lamp, you could take this cotton and you could go over the top of it with any of your metallics. If you wanted it to look old Roman style, you could take your grays or even your blacks and coat over it and sand it back. There are so many different looks you can achieve using your salt wash product and any color of your paint, one over the other. And it's an experiment in what you like. Sometimes you can vision exactly what you want it to look like. Sometimes you have to go a little bit further and you have to just get started. I see a spot that I missed, so I'm gonna tink over that. on the metal. There we go. I don't want any bare spots. I'm glad I saw that. A little bit right there. I'll put that in the water too. You can also, anytime you're doing a project like this, turn it upside down and take a look around your rim edges. Make sure you got everything covered. Careful when you tip it upside down. It's usually top heavy. You don't want to drop it because then it won't matter what kind of salt wash you use. It won't do any good. I am enamored by this I really feel strongly about the farmhouse navy. I think this will look stunning over the white. So I'm going to shake this up. And I know I have one of my plastic cups right here handy. I'm scanning the table for it. Scanning because that's what I really want to use. I don't want to dip my brush in here and then contaminate my paint. Tell you what, I have just a little bit of midnight in the bottom of this, and I think these would look stunning together, so I'm going to go ahead and mix these. One pop on the table, and that got the job done. There we go. And I'm going to pour some of my blue in over my midnight, my farmhouse navy over midnight, and these two make a great rich finish. And I'm going to add just a touch of water. That'll help that midnight. And let's kick over and I'll show you what it looks like while we're mixing the midnight from the bottom, the farmhouse navy, and I put just about a teaspoon of water in. Let's look and see what this comes out to be. The midnight into the farmhouse navy just richens it, deepens the color, and gives you a little bit more elegant finish. This will look stunning over the top of this cotton. There we go. You want to stir really well. If you don't have it in a container that you can shake, it's okay. Just make sure you move your vessel around. Stir it really, really well. And I think that's perfect. It's not the same as farmhouse navy, but it didn't change much. It didn't change much. It changed just enough to make me happy with it. And our fans are drying this really well. I will spin this around right after I show you how this is going to look brushed over the top of this cotton. We're drying really nicely. I'm going to spin this just a little bit. Oh, this is drying nice. Got a little, well, it won't come out now. I've got a little fiber right there. We'll just leave it. We'll go over the top. Sometimes as the salt wash dries, it'll let go of those hairs anyway. We're dry enough right here to get started. We really are. I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to take my other chip brush, the one I have not used yet. This is a fresh clean. I'm going to drop my spoon down in the water and just gently, I'm going to brush over the top of my cotton. A nice thin coat. And if I need, and I feel like I do, I'm going to mist my bristles. I don't want my farmhouse navy to be real thick. There we go. I want to thin it down just a little bit so it spreads on easier. smoother and quicker. Because I want this to dry quickly as well. So I'm going to spritz it almost like a wash. Here we go. This is going to be beautiful. Farmhouse navy with just about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of midnight mixed in over the top of rethunk junk cotton. I don't want a thick finish, so I'm misting my bristles as I'm going. I've got the fans on because I want it to dry quickly. There we go. Up under that lip edge, up over the top. Americana at its finest. There we go. I need a little bit more. I'm going to mist that down. I want just a wash of Farmhouse Navy over the top. There we go. The beautiful thing about salt wash as a texturizer is that your brush strokes do not need to be perfect, because once you go over the top of it, you can't tell. You cannot tell at all which direction your brush strokes go. And now I wouldn't say go all willy-nilly with it. I wouldn't say that at all. But there we go. How are we doing for time? It's 9:38. We're doing just fine. A little bit of fiber there. Just knocked it loose. The fans are on my side. Helped me knock that out of there. These chip brushes are great, but they shed. My mercy, they shed. Here we go. All right, almost back around full circle. A little bit around that socket, fill that in. And we'll brush this through. All the bottom side done. Let's get a little bit more watered down. We'll do this top side. There we go. Check underneath that lip edge right there as we go up, and we've got some architecture. And back around. Again, I don't want to get it all over this metal part, because that metal part I will utilize my metallics. I'm thinking pewter or silver would be perfect right there. A couple of spots right here I'm going to brush down to make sure I have good coverage over my cotton. I don't know if you can see the texture of the farmhouse navy over the cotton, but it's nearly perfect. Not too heavy, just enough. Just enough to create an amazing look across the top of the cotton. And just enough so that when we sand this back gently, we will have the most amazing farmhouse navy over cotton finish on this lamp. I can't wait for it to dry so I can show you. While that's drying, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. It's Mother's Day week, y'all. So on Saturday, right here in the studio at Two Girls Treasure, we will host our annual Mother's Day Make and Takes. Come on in, bring the kids. If they're younger kids, they're probably going to need some supervision and guidance. You pay for the kit, you stop at a chair or a section of the table, and then you create your precious gift for mom or grandma or your aunt or your sister. Anyone who is a mom figure in your life deserves a handcrafted gift this year. Saturday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. right here at Two Girls Treasure, we will host our annual Mother's Day Make and Takes. Stop in. It's affordable and fun for everyone in the family. Bring the littles, help them create a beautiful project, and give a gift from the heart and the hands this year. We will also be live tomorrow on the Rethunk Junk main page, so don't miss that. If you've been missing any of the lives on the Rethunk Junk main page, well, you're missing everything in the world. All the retailers have stepped together to help out Laura Whitlow because she has some littles at home and she's taking really great care of them, which means she doesn't have time to paint all the pretty things. So we've learned well from her, and we've stepped in to help her out on her page by doing live tutorials. You can see Amy Roberry, Sherry MacArthur, you can see Danny from Cotton Shed in Arkansas. Let's see who else. You can see Brian, he is helping out as well. Alabama, right, Brian? You can see some of the most fabulous finishes from the Rethunk Junk retail community, and you can learn from everyone. And I think it's an amazing opportunity because we all learn from Laura and we take it to another level for her, because we just want to do our best. So make sure that you are watching those tutorials on the Rethunk Junk main page. Don't forget to join the Rethunk Junk creativity community, creating with RTJ Paint Co. Make sure you step up for that as well. We have the Coffee and Create collection. If you're shopping or watching on our website today, Facebook is not playing nice with people this week, so we just will step away until they settle down a little bit. We're on our website, we're on YouTube. If you want to purchase any of the products that we use in the month of May, you can shop the May Coffee and Create collection today with your $15 purchase of any salt wash product. You will get all the way back around, and there's that infamous logo. With the purchase of your salt wash product, you will get one of the small salt wash mixing cups free with purchase. That's available to you no matter where you shop. Just use the coupon code TEXTURE when you check out. You can get that discount here in the store as well. This is drying. We're going to let it dry really hard, and then I will be back later in the day with an update for you. Don't miss that. Perhaps by then Facebook will be my friend again. Perhaps not. Facebook's acting like the mean girl this week. Thank you so much for being here. Stop by the store anytime. We're going to start stress testing that countertop paint table soon. I have Mr. Clean. I have some bleach. I have my Scotch Brite scouring pads that I use when I'm cooking. I have some cast iron pots, and we are going to use all the things to test our brand new RTJ Finishes countertop and backsplash paint product, and I hope you will join us for that test. Fingers crossed. There should be no stress in Tom Whitlow's world. We should be able to do all the things to that table once it's cured up good and hard. So stay tuned for that as well. Tomorrow at 4 p.m., Rethunked Junk, main page, and Saturday from 10 until 2, right here at Two Girls Treasure, Mother's Day Make and Take kits. Stay tuned for the tutorial later on in the day for finishing up this beautiful texturized lamp. We are farmhouse navy with a little bit of midnight over the top of cotton mixed with salt wash. I look forward to seeing you again really soon. Really look forward to today when we have comments on our website. Just not today. That'll be all right. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a blessed day.